Hey everybody, I want you to head down to teespring.com and check out Bondy's Boutique and get some of Bondy's merch.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Bondy Blue and I am back for another Real Housewives of Potomac review. Let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. So y'all, we are in the continuation of the altercation between Candace and Ashley in Candace's home, aka what Ashley can't stop referencing, her mama's home. Y'all know that Candace had it up to here, had a butter knife, was doing this with the butter knife, threw the butter knife at Ashley. I said, oh no, she didn't throw it. She threw it. I was like, I hope it would have hit Ashley in her fucking head. You know, I hope I ain't wanted to cut her, but you know, that whole head huge. Okay? And Chris takes Candace to the side because he's trying to get her to calm down. And he tells her to stop letting Ashley take her out of character. You know, turning her into somebody that wants to put them paws on you. And Karen comes over and, you know, she's like, I know Chris is here, so I won't stay long. But be who you are, Candace. Be who you are. Basically saying, be the smart, intelligent young woman you are and go at Ashley's neck with your words and stop allowing her to get you so upset to where you want to throw butter knives at her neck. Meanwhile, Giselle is at the table stirring the pot even more, throwing Robin, her best buddy, under the bus, okay? And Ashley is upset. I don't understand, you know, what the problem is and why she, you know, cares so much about my relationship. And Giselle says, well, apparently there was a conversation before you got here where Candace and Robin gave reason as to why they believe that you and Michael's relationship is fraudulent. And then she says, I'm going to turn the mic over to Robin. Robin? And Robin was like, well, I mean, so what had happened was we were at the party, we were all drinking, and I saw Michael past us with someone else, I think it was a guy or Ashley, talking about he would suck on somebody's sausage. Sausages. Ashley wants to know who Michael was talking to. And Robin, talking about. And Robin won't say. Robin says it was one of the husbands. That's all I'ma say. And I'm like, was it Ray? Because she keeps saying, and one of the husbands, it can't be Juan. He's not a husband. Candace rejoins. And, you know, jumps right back into, yeah, he said he wanted to suck on a sausage. Yes, he did. I'm giving truths, Ashley. What are you giving? Ashley says, how you gonna come at me about mine? You want to talk about truths? Let's talk about what you said that Monique said about Katie talking about Amistad. This ain't the time for that. So Giselle interjects and says, look, okay, let's take this back to Michael. What about Michael, though? Candace says, where there's smoke, there's fire, honey. There have been way too many conversations. Obviously something is transpiring. And y'all know Ashley got to keep making the jabs about this is not your house, this is your mom's house and all of that. And Ashley is being disrespectful as far as Candace is concerned. And she tells her, you know, get the fuck out. Leave. Get out of my house. Ashley's not listening, y'all. I was very annoyed with the fact that Chris kept grabbing her and making her sit down and this and this and that. Like, please stop. At some point, yeah. Like when she was about to climb up on the table to get at Ashley, yeah. When you picked her up and ushered her away to calm her down again, I understood that. But when she was just sitting there basically telling Ashley to get her funky ass up out of the house, I don't understand why this was an issue and why he had to keep touching her. That was irking me. And if I was her, I'd have been pissed off too. Okay, Chris honestly just wants everybody to eat his food. Y'all done made his couscous or whatever he was cooking over there get all mushy and overcooked because he got to come and keep Candace from beating Ashley up or vice versa or whatever cat fighting, hair grabbing was going to happen betwixt the two of them. Okay, Lord knows I don't think anybody was going to actually get hurt in the kerfuffle. So this last time when Candace says to get out of my house, Ashley says, I will. And then she walks off and she's like, she can't even have a conversation like a grown woman. And I'm like, Ashley, you are just as immature, if not more immature. And it really annoys me that people find something wrong with a young woman being taken care of by her rich mother. But we got to sit up here and act like Ashley isn't sucking on 60-year-old sausages to have the same lifestyle that you mad at Candace for having. But Candace didn't have to go have sex with somebody for it. Ashley, please stop. We know your problem with Candace is the fact that you mad that Candace has been given a silver spoon and you upset about that because you didn't get that. You had a mama that would rather live under a bridge with her old man than try to work on a stable life for you and your sibling to have. All right? That's not Candace's fault. Candace has her own issues that she has to deal with her mama. Whether money is there or not, Candace has issues, and just like you don't want anybody calling your mom a crackhead, I'm going to need for you not to keep throwing Candace's mom and her issues in her face. Because if somebody would have said that to you, you would have been upset. Now, if you ask me, I feel like Ashley started off with the low blows when she made the comment about this not being Candace's house. You know that that's a button for her, and you was pressing buttons. So now that we want to talk about Michael and his love of sausages, you want to act like, oh, now we can't talk about whatever your issue is. I'm sorry, y'all. I missed the part where Ashley left, went outside, and then Katie and Giselle went and got her and convinced her to come back and try to fix it. And then Candace was like, why is she back in my house? And I felt the same way. The fact that Ashley kept coming back, I thought that was a problem. And Karen says, Ashley, she asked you to leave. This is just disrespectful to come back into her home after she asked you to leave, Ashley. And Ashley's like, if we're going to be talking about my husband, I want to discuss it here and now, okay, and get it over with. When they went downstairs and Karen said that, so he was fiending over dingling. Oh, that's an addiction right there. If Michael is gay and Ashley knows, if Ashley is his bid, cool. But if Michael is lying to Ashley, that is the problem. There's no shame in a man loving another man. I said, oh, all right, Karen, okay. Candace is like, do it all, and this is when Ashley comes back inside. Ashley is now being even more disrespectful by ignoring Candace and proceeding to talk to Robin. And this is when, it was about to happen again, and Chris had to take Candace to the side and tell her to just let them talk, right? So Ashley is asking Robin, you were so intoxicated. She starts off with some little smart aleck shit. Like, starting off talking about how drunk she was, as if that just because I'm drunk mean I ain't his shit. If 3 people was drunk and they all heard something, that something was said, okay? So I don't understand why Ashley keeps saying that it didn't happen. And when she said that about the intoxicating thing, Karen is like, so now you're saying that Robin was too drunk, Ashley. Like, just chiming in, and then she gonna turn around and tell her to mind her business. I say, bitch, I know you ain't telling nobody to mind their business. You be in everybody's business, everybody's Kool-Aid. I love that Ashley is getting his karma back. I'm not even gonna lie. But the fact that people are placing her in positions to be a victim is very annoying to me, because she is not that. She is annoying, aggravating, and very much a lot of the times the villain on the show. So her trying to act as if, you're messing with me and you're attacking me and all of this, I want Ashley to stop, okay? Robin says that she would not make this up. And Ashley keeps saying it's not true. And that's when Chris chimed in. And Candace said, the dick said it. I was like, oh my God, why can't we stop talking about dicks? Ashley tells Candace to grow up. And Candace says, get out of my house. And then she tries to hop over the table, and then Chris comes to grab her again for the 3rd time. And Karen tells Ashley that she needs to handle the situation with her man, okay? You sitting up in here arguing with us, but really you need to go and handle the situation with your husband. Candace comes back and tells Ashley to please leave my house. And she escorts her downstairs and slams the door in her face. Monique and Katie go downstairs to discuss their issue. And Katie is talking about how she wears scarves around her head because she hasn't been doing her own hair and there's no air conditioning in her house. And it's like, that's not even what she was saying. But she wouldn't even let Monique get a word in before Ashley comes back inside and tries to be a part of their conversation. And I'm like, so what happened to minding your business, Ashley? Why aren't you in your car on your way back home to your husband? I don't understand, okay? And so she's now saying, why, have y'all talked to Candace about this? Because Candace is the one that said it. So Candace and Giselle come downstairs, and Candace is like, if you don't get your ass out of my house, eventually this is gonna work. I'm sorry, but there is no way that I would not have put my hands on Ashley if I've asked you 3 times to leave my house. And when I put you out, you came back in, that gives me license to put my hands on you. And I don't care what anybody says. I would have definitely probably whooped Ashley's ass. It would have been a fight. But there's no way that I closed the door behind me and you come back in my house. I don't care how many production assistants are here. I don't care how many producers and cameramen and grips and audio people, and executive producers and lawyers that got to be on set. I don't care who here. If I say Ashley can't come in my house, Ashley can't come in my house. That would have been a fight. That would have been a fight for me. But Chris goes downstairs and, kind of steps in front of Candace, and Giselle kind of pushes Ashley outside, and Ashley and Katie get in the car, and then they go ahead and drive. I think Katie is hilarious because while they were in the car, Ashley's like, I just don't understand why everybody's trying to act like my husband's gay. And Katie is like, well, is he? And she was like, no. And she was like, well, does he, do it with other guys? And she was like, no. And she's like, okay, so how do you explain what was said? Like, is it a Australian thing? Like, she keeps saying no, but Katie keep asking questions as if she's not saying no. I thought that shit was so funny, y'all. I was dying laughing at Katie. Katie was on the phone. You sure about that? Are you sure? Oh, yeah. So why didn't Robin tell you about it? I'm like, damn. Katie is over here stirring the pot. And I was kind of here for it. Ashley says she doesn't know, but there's definitely now an issue with Robin. She says, I don't even think she was ever my real friend. I said, no. None of them are, Ashley. What are you talking about? None of them. Not even Giselle. Giselle is not your real friend. Like, what's wrong with you? I forgot to mention that when Ashley was walking out the door, she screams, let me go, before I hit her in the head with my purse. And everybody knows that Candace's mom hit her with the purse. So Candace didn't hear it at the time, but Monique did, and Monique didn't like that. She didn't say anything, but she didn't like it. So when everybody goes back upstairs so Chris can finish feeding everybody who's still there, the question is asked, what happened with her mom? And Giselle just throws it out on the table as Candace is, tearing up. And I'm like, this is another moment when Giselle continues to stir the pot or to give information nobody asked her to give. Because she says, well, Ashley and her mom got into an argument and her mom slapped her in the face with a purse. That's what it is. Bam. I'm like, you really don't have no couth. We need to talk about Karen. Before the conversation about her mom came up, Karen said that Ashley is in denial and that she's actually just in pain. Because, see, she felt like Ashley was throwing low blows because, Giselle, Candace, you have to take accountability. And Karen says, well, she did say that this isn't Candace's house. We come here to Candace's house. And she says it's her mother's house. She knows that was a low blow. She knows that would get on Candace's nerves. And hurt people. She's in denial. She just needs to go home and talk to Michael. And I think that Karen was 100% right? So y'all just remember that that's what Karen said. Karen did not talk shit about Ashley behind her back. She said exactly what it was, which is that Ashley is in denial about the fact that she does not trust her husband. And instead of focusing on that, she wants to fight with Robin and Candace. All of that is over. Ashley tells Michael what happened. He's pissed. Girl, I guess. I don't care. It wasn't on camera. Monique and Chris go to work out together, and Monique tells Chris everything that happened. And Chris made the joke that it might be Ray because of his conversation with Michael and how Michael, grabbed people's asses and stuff like that, y'all. I just cannot. And I just feel like Chris wants to stay as far away from this situation as possible, and he should. Monique want to know which husband it was so that she can make sure it's not hers. Giselle and Ashley meet up. And remember I told y'all, remember what Karen said? Okay. So they meet up outside her rehearsal for her little pride performance she got coming up. Lord, whoever called her. Y'all must didn't have nobody else. Giselle says that Karen ran over Ashley and then backed over her and rolled over her again. She basically said that Ashley is unhappy because Michael really don't love her. That's not what she said. That's not what she said at all. And then Ashley proceeds to say that Karen is fake because she was just telling her to talk to Michael and saying kind words. And I'm like, that's some bullshit. Because as soon as they finish having this conversation, Giselle is in the confessional saying the exact same thing that Karen said, which is that Ashley is in denial. I cannot with Giselle. Giselle is messy as hell. And this is going to be a problem. She thought her and Karen was in a good place, and now Giselle has ruined that. So this is another bomb that Giselle has just dropped, except for it's a lie. Ashley says that Michael is livid about, about the accusations. Okay, shout out to Alex. And he doesn't want her around them anymore. And Giselle is like, oh, well, we don't want that. We want to fix it. And then she, asked her about Candace. And Candace kept talking about you after you left. Like, girl, whatever. Like, you're just being fucking messy at this point, Giselle. And it is exhausting. And I wonder how many of the ladies were watching the show last night picked up on how messy Giselle's ass is. Because they so often forget who's the person that actually brought the shit to the table. It's almost like she throws it out there and then disappears, even though she's still sitting there. This bitch has an invisibility cloak. Ashley says her real problem is Robin. Like, how can you really be my friend and you would co-sign what Candace was saying when she was trying to shit on my relationship with my husband? Like, it's all about the fact that Robin co-signed what Candace was saying. She wanted Robin to lie and act like it didn't happen in order to make Candace look stupid. But Robin don't like you that much to do that. Robin hangs with you because this is a show. But ultimately, Robin still don't like you from the first 2 seasons where you couldn't stop worrying about her relationship with Wine. You could not stop. And then, like, the way she described, Candace using it as a weapon, it's like, first of all, Candace didn't bring that up. Giselle brought it up. But we just gonna let that just go into the back of our mind, huh, Ashley? Candace and her mom go to therapy. And they in a car on the way there, and her mom says, I just want to lay down some ground rules, okay? No cussing, okay? No hitting below the belt. And Candace is like, that's normally you, ma. That's normally what you do. Hit below the belt and all this and that and that and this. So miss me with this. This is normally the stuff you do. They get to the place after the mama then, threatened once again to cut back, which Candace totally sees as a threat to stop supporting her in one way or another. That's always what she's holding over Candace's head. And we can't say this enough, Candace. Please get out your mama's house so we can stop going through this with you. Please stop. But I also understand that nobody wants to leave a nice place that they don't have to pay all of that money for to go live somewhere where they got to pay more money. Why would we do that? If all we got to do is deal with her disgusting ass ever so often. But lately, it's just been a lot. And Candace has been feeling like it's a lot. So they go to Dr. Ken. Y'all, I like Dr. Ken. Dr. Ken told Dorothy as soon as she came in the door and told him that she was a therapist, that she was not one today. Not up in here, you're not, okay? And basically, Dr. Ken was clocking Dorothy every time she interrupted something that Candace said. So when they sit down, Candace says that her mom is always talking down on her. And she'll say things to her like, all my friends always say that you're the most disrespectful child. And they don't know why I do anything for you. And it's a way to make Candace feel bad about herself. She tells Candace that she don't have no friends. And Dorothy says that that's not true. That's not true. And she interrupts her. So Dr. Ken says, hey, one at a time. Okay? If this is the way that y'all communicate regularly, this is not healthy. Candace brings up her mama hitting her in the face with the purse. And the mama just feels like, well, what did you do for me to hit you in the face with the purse? And see, there we go. There's no accountability whatsoever. At the end of the day, y'all, I'm 31 years old. My mama is 63. Okay, about to be 63, I believe. Hold up, let me think. No, about to be 62. Yeah, about to be 62. And I could not imagine her hitting me in the face in anger with her purse. I cannot imagine that. So I feel bad for Candace. And I think often parents forget that their children hear things from them heavier and more emotional than they hear anything from anybody else. Meaning, Ashley can say anything she wants to say, and all Candace will want to do is scream and holler and maybe fight her. But you tell her something and she wants to cry and go into bed and rethink her whole life because her mama didn't say something mean and nasty to her. Dorothy says, so what, you want me to just keep paying all y'all bills and not saying nothing? And Candace says, you pay half of the mortgage. That is it. That is all. And the fact that you are always on here, meaning on the show, lying, trying to make it seem like you paying all my bills is another way that you diminish me. Then whenever Candace starts to tear up and Dr. Ken is like, why are you, tearing up? And she's like, oh, that's just what she does. Bitch, everybody cries. What are you talking about? Everybody cries. Like, that is the dumbest. Oh, this is just some stuff she does. Like, very, very condescending, very diminishing, very, just totally ignoring and glazing over anything that Candace has to say. And Dr. Ken says that Dorothy needs to do a better job at listening to her child. Candace says that if this relationship doesn't get any better, she's not going to be able to continue having a relationship with her mother. And Mama's sitting over there like, yeah, whatever, Candace. Like, look, Candace gonna need to make something shake, but I wouldn't keep dealing with this type of emotional abuse from somebody. I don't give a damn if you my mama or my daddy or my cousin or my husband. I don't care who you are. If your relationship with me makes me feel worse about myself, then we don't need to have a relationship. And that's just point blank to the period. Giselle and Robin and Cal get on like a little party bus to go and support Ashley at her performance. And of course they have to tell her what happened, right? Y'all, why Robin had on a purple wig like the one I had, like the little bob that was purple, but she looked like that shit wasn't all the way on her head right. But I understand, Robin, it's difficult to get them wigs to lay down, the last minute. She probably just threw that shit over her head because she didn't feel like doing nothing with her hair. Robin doesn't understand why Ashley is upset with her. Ashley is all bucked up about her performance, and Giselle FaceTimes and turns the phone around to show her Robin, and she's like, okay. Just real shady boots like, okay? So Ashley performs her little song. That girl's voice is annoying as hell. And after, Ashley goes over to join them, and she don't really wait that long before she gets into how she feels as if Robin was taking part in the attack of Ashley Darby. And I'm just like, oh my God, girl, here you go with this victimhood. And Robin says, did you miss the part where Giselle is the one that brought that up and said, I'm going to throw the mic over to Robin? Ashley just completely still. No responsibility whatsoever for Giselle, okay? Ashley says, but you co-signed it. That was like you signing a forged document. And it's like, Ashley, what the fuck are you talking about? First of all, that is illegal. First big difference. Second of all, like Robin said, no, Ashley, I heard what I heard. I know what I heard. And if you don't want people talking about it, then maybe Michael doesn't need to say those things. Ashley keeps saying, I don't believe he said it. I don't believe he said it. And at this point, it's almost like talking to a brick wall. What are we supposed to say? And Robin just thinks back on all the times that Ashley was all in her Kool-Aid and didn't know the flavor. And she just don't understand why Ashley is so upset. I mean, bitch, you always in somebody else's business. Why is you upset that we in yours? Ashley feels like, as her friend, Robin should have taken her side against Candace instead of co-signing what Candace said, regardless of what the truth was. And I just feel like Ashley needs to grow the fuck up. All of that grow up that you be talking for Candace, you need to take one of them pills too, sis. Robin says, I don't understand how you're upset that we talked about this. Everything is always on the table, Ashley. So why was this an issue? Because it's just ridiculous and everybody trying to act like my husband is gay. And Robin is like, why would that be an issue? We're at a gay pride festival right now. Like, why are you upset about that, Ashley? I was like, Robin, oh Lord. Robin was like, if it's true, why you mad, boo? Like, we at pride, why you mad? I don't understand Ashley, y'all. I think that Ashley, they're purposefully not showing us the scenes with Ashley and Michael with this conversation happening. And then the stuff that's going to happen next week when they find out about the ass grabbing case. Child. It'll be interesting to say the least. All right, overall, Giselle is the messiest person on this cast and has no accountability, and nobody ever says anything to her about it. Katie, calm down. And you're funny. Monique, just stay over there laughing and giggling and minding your business. You pregnant. We don't need you in no foolishness. Ashley, this is karma. Deal with it and deal with your husband. Robin, we appreciate you, but you still work on my nerves. And I only know it's going to be a little while before you done piss me off again. Because in all honesty, the fact that you don't have a problem with Giselle for throwing you under the bus, did it go over your head? Did you miss it? That your friend threw you under the bus? No? Okay. I love Karen. And Candace, get a hold of yourself, sis. Like Karen said, be who you are, Candace. Be who you are. All right, y'all. That's it. That's all. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one.